It's start time with the Star Roddy Rod.
It's your girl Maiden Putty, and you're now listening to Star Time.
It's Star Time, and I'm your host, the Star Roddy Rod. Welcome back to another episode. For those who's been riding for me, I appreciate you. Whether you listen to the podcast solo, whether you streamed it and other people heard it with you, whether you shared it, my post on social media, or you shared the link to somebody you know, I appreciate it, man. Like, it's really been a good ride so far. So today, I want to talk about facing rejection, and when you think about this, you probably think about one thing, but not only talking about romantic rejections, I'm talking about all types of rejections that one person has to go through, just want to make it, a little unique, and it's just an open and honest episode that we're doing here. It's not, may feel like it's a little down, but it's not going to be down. It's just this is open and honest and exactly how I feel on this topic. So here we go. So all your life, you gotta just go through stuff. I was in a family where I'm very competitive. I'm in a very competitive family where I have siblings that are always competing against me. And, being unique as I am, sometimes I don't get picked or accepted for who I am. So a lot of people growing up would talk to my sisters, but would disregard me or wouldn't say a word of rejection, not being accepted by people when they come around, even if you think you have things in common. So like, as a kid, I was never really good at sports, so who would pick me to be on their team for soccer or basketball? I guess I had to deal with it and understand where my lane was. So this was a form of rejection that taught me that, this wasn't my sport, this wasn't my lane. I'm not fit for it. A lot of times the rejections is not only for only to put you down. It's sometimes in life I feel like everything happens for a reason, and you're just not that type of. It's just the reason that you're not that person. It's not for you. So being the person that was different from everybody else, I will face a lot of rejection of not fitting in with my peers as well. So that will leave you feeling like you're in a sea of loneliness, because while you walk around school and everybody's playing with their friends, you're just there, doing you. Yeah. So growing up as a male who like women all the time, I always used to get rejected, but most of the times the rejection wasn't only for like attractiveness and me not being their type. But I understand, because I also see girls that like me, but I don't be feeling them as well. So two people gotta just want to know that they want to be with each other, and the feelings gotta be mutual. So when you get rejected in love, it hurts, but When everybody keeps telling me that there's more fish in the sea, this world has abundance of people out there, I never let that get me down as much. But it hurts when you get friend zoned, and being in the friend zone is basically saying that somebody else is in her end zone, and I dealt with it. So it wasn't a fun thing to deal with. Like, just knowing that you are honest and open and want to do anything for that girl, but she don't feel the same. But because she acknowledged that you like her and you had the courage to say it, she wanted to keep you around. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting what I want from her. I'm getting the short end of the stick. Now, no, in school, you get friend zoned, but it's weird because you have classes with that person or you ride the train with that person. You see them all the time, so it's not like you get away with them. You get away from them. Now, when you don't go to school or work with the person, it's pretty easy for you to detach because you don't have to see them or be around them every day. So it is basically really hard for me sometimes to get friend zoned or rejected by people that I'm really interested in, because I'm just like, what can I do to make her see me as somebody that she'd admire? Can I change her mind someday? But I personally have watched a lot of people get cuffed up, married, and have kids all in my face. So I'm the type of person, once I see that, it's already time for me to go. Now, there's also rejections when you go for jobs. When you go for jobs, I've been in this IT field for maybe 5 to 6 years. It's been hard. I got out of school. Even before I got out of school, when I was in college and high school, I was looking for jobs and filling out those applications, going on Craigslist during the time and just sending out your resume, going to the job fairs. It's hard when you're not being accepted. Because maybe not all the time you put your best foot forward, but for the most part, if you had time to prepare, you're better than those candidates. That you a good fit. So you don't understand, why they ghost you. Sometimes you get that rejection letter right away. When you apply online, it'll come to you within the next few minutes, a few hours. Sometimes you get to the interview and the person you work with, the HR person, would just say, "Oh, they just went with somebody else. Oh, you thought that interview was fine. They said it was horrible." And that hurts sometimes. You're working hard. You're trying to do the right thing, and you got your eye on the prize. You got your eye on your dream job. Sometimes you want to make something happen. Let's say you apply to be in a contest, and you don't get your letter back. You think about a romantic interest day and night. Like, all I do is think about you, the Troop song, or the Jackson 5, or the B5. So it's like, sometimes it's dream crushing. But as a person, I've understand that, just it's a numbers game. You just continue. At first you don't succeed, you dust yourself off, you try again. And it's been a numbers game because, you you have to get up and just do it again and again and again until you succeed. It's been, a rough journey going through job going through jobs because I'm the type of person I will sit at my computer and fill out 20 to 30 applications in a week or more. So no, once I ended up landing the jobs that I had, I was very relieved because it's not, these are things that you really need to provide in your life. A job equals money, and you get a female equals romance, and a lot of things to elevate your life because, even something that's going for a promotion puts you in a better place in your life, elevates you by getting you more money. So, a lot of people used to just say, oh, you don't work hard, you just get things by luck. And, I personally don't see nothing wrong with getting things by luck. I do put in the work as well, but there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people out there who are better, or they see that they're better, they have better qualities. And, just want to say that, gotta keep going if you feel down, because a lot of these things gets you down if you let it. Not hearing back, not wondering why you didn't get something. A lot of times I used to hound these recruiters because I wanted to know what I did wrong, why I didn't get called, what was it. Sometimes you just get left on red. Sometimes they get your email but don't respond. You message somebody, they see it but don't respond. Get left on red. You talk to somebody nice on the street, and they just take one look at you and walk. And I have very much confidence in myself that I could do things. And I always feel that tomorrow's a new day. So for anybody who's feeling down because of life, rejections, not having your way, always think tomorrow's a new day. We can start over. Now I may handle these things a little better than a lot of people, because a lot of people, they want to curse people out and they want to get mad and say something because they didn't get what they want. Things aren't going their way in their life. Me, things don't go my way, so I feel sad for it for a little while, but life goes on, Life goes on, They say a rejection is God's protection, which means that wasn't for you. That wasn't for me. It's crazy. I came on this episode thinking that it was going to be a thing, but now I feel like I'm speaking like a inspirational, motivational speaker. And it's fun that y'all, as a Star fan, got to share this experience with me. So, we all go through this. We all go through the rejections. Things don't always go our way. You do something and it don't come out perfect. But you can't let yourself get down for it, You just gotta know that, remember that next time you don't do something the same way. Or basically you're putting yourself back Because maybe if you didn't do that one thing, you would have got that call back. So they would have said yes. And now I live my life where if it's not a straight yes, it's a no. Mixed signals is a no. Not getting a no reply is a strong reply. So yeah, these are things that I had to learn. Like facing rejections just made me stronger, and it made me wiser. But wiser came with the experiences that I had. If I didn't have these experiences and I was handed everything with a silver spoon, I wouldn't be the person I was today. My mind state would have been totally different. I would have been an entitled sport brat and know that, everything has to come to me. Everybody has to say yes. When I want things now, it has to happen. And in my life, these things haven't happened. I made a lot of, I was met with a lot of roadblocks. I was met with a lot of setbacks. But all these setbacks is just preparing me for my biggest comeback. And I know out there, everything I want is coming. Everything I need is coming. Just got to be patient. Just got to work hard and stick to it. So that is basically how I face rejection. This is the Star Roddy Rod, and I hope you enjoy this episode. This is the Star Roddy Rod, and I'm the host of Star Time. So I want to tell y'all about this awesome show that I'm on called the Premier Boys Podcast, where it's just me and 3 other brothers, Ken Mr. Gentleman, Ken Talk Aaron Sands, and Long Live the Chief Matty Mal, discussing topics of the culture and our opinions, latest news topics, latest stories, scandals, and we have a lot of fun doing this, We talk our own opinions. Sometimes it's real raw, real raunchy, and sometimes it's just fun and games. So, listen to it with an ear, of enjoyment. We're here to entertain, We talk about topics of the news. We talk about reviews of shows. We just talk about anything from music to current events and everything in between. So you can catch us on Wednesdays on all streaming platforms with the exception of Spotify. So after you listen to this, go right ahead and listen and subscribe to the Premier Boys Podcast. Recommended by me, the Star Roddy Rod of Star Time. All right. It's Star Time, and I'm the host, the Star Roddy Rod. Thank you for checking out another episode. This episode was called Facing Rejections, and thank y'all for supporting and riding with me. This week's podcast shout out goes out to the You Good podcast, and you spell it the same way I say it: UYOU Good GOOD podcast. Catch me here every Monday on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Good Pods, and many more. Also, catch me every Wednesday on the Premier Boys Podcast, even though right now we're on break, but we'll be right back. Make sure you like and subscribe to both this show, the Premiere Boys, and also I'll be on Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. The old presents the Old School Show, coming back May 25th, man. So make sure you like and subscribe and listen to me there. So this is me, the Star Roddy Rod, and I'll catch y'all next week.
This is Dan. You are now listening to Star Time.